not for myself, but for me. When I finished, I said to myself, I will never do that again. And I meant it. I don't carry these much. I don't cry much, but I need to sometimes. I was asked, or a Gold Star member let it be known they wanted me to speak here today, and I won't let them down. You've given enough. And I can't say I know your loss, because I don't. I tried writing. This is not a speech. This is a conversation between me and the Gold Star families. The rest of you can listen in. If you get something from it, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. But this is between me and them. I want to honor the people who made this happen. There was a champion who started this. It wasn't me. I didn't start this. I just got involved after it got started. A champion started. There's a champion who carried it for 8 years. You've already been introduced to him. He's my champion. There's a champion that brought flowers. There's a champion that bought candles. There's a champion that designed this thing and redesigned it and redesigned it and redesigned it. There's a champion who got the names together and put them on this before we could put them in granite. They were in plastic and paper. We reproduced them. My community is a community of champions. They sit among you today. We had a champion who came forward to construct it. But before we could construct it, we had to get approval for it. We had a champion who came forward and worked through the city to get the approval. We had a champion in the city. They finally came around to doing what we knew we needed to do. And we have champions around us today. A champion stepped forward to be able to put this program together. Champions from the military stepped forward. The riders stepped forward. All of you stepped forward. This is a gathering of champions. And the champions are here to honor heroes. I know I'll get through this, but it won't be easy for me. This is not a place for me. For some of you standing out there, thank you for coming. Because for many veterans, we honor all of these men and women here. But this is a place of terror. This is a place that's different for us. When we come here, everything comes back. It's real. And you want to honor, and you want to be strong, and you want to do the right thing. But if you have a veteran that doesn't come near a place like this, know that he has terror in his heart when he comes. I've been told that speaking about it's therapeutic. Not for me. Maybe it is for you. And maybe that's why I'm doing it again. But it's not therapeutic for me. I came over here. I didn't sleep. I came over here in the wee hours of the morning, and I'll share wee hours of the morning with you in just a moment. I came over here. That was all alone. That's pretty cool. You need to come see this place when you just have it to yourself. I slipped past the gate. I'm pretty good at slipping past gates. And if you want to see stone come to life, put your hands on the granite. They'll talk to you. I don't want you to think I'm a lunatic. I don't want you to think that I'm raving mad. But they talk to me, and they said, tell them. So I'm here to tell you about your hero. And it's only because on April the 5th, 1969, about 10 a.m. in the morning on a mountaintop in the jungle, I became very close to heroes. I'm not one, but I saw them up real close. As a young Marine in Vietnam, I kneeled by the sides of young Marines as they died. And in time, I laid beside young Marines as we lay dying. But I didn't. I made it through. I'm not sure how. But I know what was there for me. The first instance is the flash. The second instance is the concussion. The third instance is the impact. You never really hear the sound. It's so overwhelming. And you leave the earth and you go in the air for a little while, and then you come back down. And everything is surreal. Nothing seems like it's tangible anymore. I was about 10 feet away from a 122 rocket when it hit. I was close to the ground, doing my job, walking point, looking for booby traps and things. When the round went off, it took out part of the right side of my face. When I came back to the ground, my right hand was numb, but I didn't know that. When I got to my knees, I could see blood and hair and teeth and bone on the ground. And so I reached for my face with my right hand, and it wasn't there. And it came to me, how can I be reaching for my face and thinking that if it's not there? So my left hand crept to my side and found a few pieces missing, but it was there. And I rejoined the ground. We were underneath a canopy, and it was raining. It was cold, and I'd lost a lot of blood. There were others who were injured. They couldn't get helicopters in to move us to the fire base to get help. So we knew we had to stay the night. And through the night, I was shivering. It was so cold. And it was raining. And it was dark. And the pain was almost unbearable. And you're alone. In the wee hours of the morning, I stopped shivering. I was warm, but it was still raining. The pain went away, but the wounds were still there. And in the dark, there was light, a warm, soft light. And I wasn't alone. In the wee hours of the morning, the ones I loved most in my life were at my side. My mother, my father, and my brother held my hand, stroked my hair, and told me how much loved I was. The others with me died that night. And when the dawn came, it wasn't a sunrise. It's just the clouds changed a little lighter in order to be able to have the sun coming up through the clouds. It just changed the color of the clouds. Still couldn't get the helicopters through. So they were going to carry us down out of that mountain. I did not know at the time that I was the only living one left. 4 young, strong Marines put a poncho underneath me, and their strong arms with tattoos on all of them picked me up and carried me down that hill. We started about 10 in the morning. We arrived about 7 that night. It wasn't so much a carry as much as it was a drag, a stumble, and a roll. It was rough terrain. There's nothing easy about it. When I got down to that, I kind of went in and out of consciousness on the trip down. When I got down there, we got below the clouds and the sun came out and it was warm. You just felt life come back into your body with just the warmth. And when we got down to put us on the choppers, I looked up to one of them and I said, "Thank you." And he looked back at me and said, "It's an honor to carry you down this hill alive." And so I didn't feel like I could really let him down when we flew in to Da Nang and got worked on. And that's a whole other story in itself, the hospital experience. But to the Gold Star families, they're here with me. Here's what I want you to know. There's not a one of you that wouldn't have traded places in a heartbeat with your hero. There's not a one of you that didn't want to be there at that exact moment. And what I'm trying to tell you and share with you is, you were never more real, because you were in their heart. You were in their mind. You were part of their very soul. You stood and knelt at their side. You stroked their hair. You held their hand. And you showed them how much they were loved. They were not alone. I never think they were. I'm here today to speak for them. I've had a magnificent life. My wife has given me more joy, and my children have given me more pride than I could ever imagine. And I would want that for each one of them. The ones that are here, the ones that were before, and the ones that are yet to come. What's left for us to do is not forget that these sons and daughters of liberty gave us the right to live free. Exercise your liberty. Don't let anybody, foreign or domestic, take it from you. And if you come away with one message, know that that's what they told me. God knows we love them all. Thank you.